Hi, I'm here with Bruce Toerien from Capacity in Johannesburg. Bruce has been out here in Australia this week visiting the Labour Solutions Australia head office here in Brisbane, and I thought we might get Bruce to elaborate on the labour market in South Africa. So Bruce, in terms of industrial relations in South Africa, how does that compare to here in Australia?
Ed, I think the fundamental difference in the market between South Africa and Australia is the level of volatility that we have currently. So we're in a country that has gone through significant democratic change over the past 20 years. We still live in a place where wage rate is very low as compared to similar job types in Australia, and there's a conflict between masses of people that are uneducated and that are available to supply the market, and the protection and increase of wage rate for those that are in the market to merge into a greater and bigger middle class. So we have a lot of volatility associated to union activity, labour unrest, strike action associated to that dichotomy of huge numbers of people wanting to enter the market and also people who are currently employed wanting to improve their earnings to obviously satisfy a greater middle class need.
So you mentioned people wanting to increase their level of earnings. So how would wage rates compare to here in Australia as well?
So I think on the jobs that we've looked at, if I look at your minimum wage of plus minus $20 an hour, we probably sit in a position where many of our staff earn between 15 and 20 Rand an hour. So really a 90% variance in wage rate where our guys are earning 10% of the equivalent of what you are paying in dollars. Obviously there's the exchange rates that we need to consider, but significantly lower in terms of the ability to live off that 20 Rand as opposed to your ability to live off the $20.
Okay, great. And so we're both operating in the outsourced employment market, both in the blue collar space. Obviously we're on separate ends of the globe.
Yes.
So, do you see much differentiation between that market, between the outsourced employment market across Australia and South Africa?
I think the logic is that the databases of employees are fundamentally different, and the macroeconomic circumstances that relate to that employee base is fundamentally different. However, we're both competing in a globally sensitive economic market, and in that we have to be globally competitive. We understand, and both markets are extremely similar in that regard, is that business requires variability of cost, and in that the flexible nature of the value add that we provide to clients is identical in terms of need. So a different set of sort of policy associated to the people itself, but exactly the same end goal from clients in both markets.
Great. So there you go. Bruce Toerien, Chief Operating Officer of Capacity in Johannesburg. Thank you.